Good day everyone. My name is Sir Rolly S. Kakam from Kaba National High School, currently teaching grade 9, grade 10, and senior high school students. How are you today? I hope everyone is okay and everyone is safe in spite of the pandemic that we are all going through. Are you wondering about our lesson today? This video lesson is intended for grade 11 Practical Research 1 students and is scheduled for quarter 4, week 3 and 4. Our topic is Module 2, Research Methodology. And at the end of this module, you are expected to Number 1, plan data collection, data gathering instrument, and analysis procedures. And number 2, present written research methodology. Now that you know what is expected of you after our module, we can formally begin our lesson. But first, in everything that you do, always start with a prayer. That is why I am asking for a moment of silence to ask for the guidance and the presence of our dear Lord. Now that we have finished praying, it is time to prepare the materials that you need for our lesson. What are those? You need your module. Module 2, Research Methodology. You also need, of course, a pen. You may need also a paper to write down important information. You may also need your cell phone in case you need to research something on the internet. And lastly, you will surely need your weekly home learning plan. I have printed out copies and have given them to your guardians, but in case you don't have a copy, I am going to flash it here on the screen. And don't forget, this topic is intended for week 3 and 4. To get you ready for our main topic, we are going to have a warm-up activity. I want you to get any piece of paper that you have right now with you, and then copy the format of the activity that I am going to flash on the screen. I am going to give you about 1 minute. Go! finished copying the format of the activity, notice that on the first column there are 10 blanks, and on those blanks you have to write the names of 10 of your friends. Do you have a lot of friends? If you do, it will be difficult for you to choose and write 10 names. But if you are finished, your answer sheet or your activity sheet should look like this. After writing the names of 10 of your friends, it is time to ask them 5 questions about the West Philippine Sea. Quick review. What exactly or where exactly are the West Philippine Seas?
The West Philippine Sea is the official designation by the Philippine government of the eastern parts of the South China Sea, which are included in the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. 1. Do you know the West Philippine Seas? 2. Do you think our country owns it? 3. Is it really that important? 4. Do you think the government is doing enough to fight for it? And 5. Do you think we should send a warship in the area?
I'm back! What responses did you get from the activity? Do your friends agree or disagree with the statements? Do they have any opinions about the topic, about the West Philippine Sea? Ladies and gentlemen, that exactly is our lesson today. It is called research methodology. Are you ready to know the definition? Let's go.
Research methodology. It is a section which details how the research was performed. It also features a description of 1. The participants or subjects that were involved. 2. The study design. 3. The materials that were used. And 4. The study procedure. It always comes after the introduction and before the results, discussion, and conclusion.
That is the official definition of research methodology. But in simpler terms, it can be defined in 3 simple ways. Research methodology talks about who you talk to for your research. It also 2. What information you got from the research. And lastly, number 3, how you got the information for the research. Today, we are going to focus on qualitative research, and there are 6 steps. I know you're a little bit worried because it sounds many and it sounds difficult, but don't worry. We are going to understand and learn about them one by one. So, buckle up your seatbelt, get your pen and paper, ready your module and your WHLP, and let's get learning!
1. Writing the research design. You may choose from the following research designs: narrative, case study, grounded theory, and phenomenology. The guide questions are: number 1, what question to ask? What is the problem? And number 2, what design to have or to use? 2. Writing the sources of data. Under this step, we have A. Locale and population of the study, and B. Types of non-probability sampling, which includes quota sampling, voluntary sampling, purposive sampling, availability sampling, and snowball sampling. Guide questions. 1. Whose experience are we talking about? Who are your subjects? And 2. Which layer of human experience are we talking about? What did they go through? You have to describe the place where the study will be conducted and the reason behind the choice. And also, you have to describe the human participants in the study and the sampling design to be used. The third step, writing the instrumentation and data collection. Guide questions are: where to source the data, or where can we find the information that we need? And number 2, how many selection are we going to use from the total population? For this step, you can use the following question typologies. 1. Story-oriented questions. 2. In-depth or descriptive questions. 3. Process questions. Or number 4. Essence questions. Step number 4. Writing the data analysis. Under this, you are going to use 3 main research tools. Number 1, you can use observation. 2, interview. Or number 3, documentary analysis. Guide question: how to analyze the gathered data? Or how do we interpret the information that we have gathered? The next step is number 5, qualitative data analysis. For analyzing your data, you can use the following strategies. A. Transcribing and checking. Or B. Theming. Guide question: how to validate findings? Transcribing is the process of putting thoughts, speech, or data into written or printed form, while theming refers to the drawing together of codes from one or more transcripts. The last step is number 6, writing ethical considerations, and the guide question: what to have after the journey of your research. This means you have to present adequate steps and procedures to make sure that you safeguard the well-being of the human participants.
Alright, now that we have finished the content of our module, it is time for another activity. For this activity, I am going to show you 5 video clips. You have to watch each one of them and then identify what steps are they in the research methodology of a qualitative research. You don't have to worry because for each video, I am going to give you enough time to think of the answer. You have to write whether they are step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 in the research methodology process of a qualitative research. Clip 1. George interviews Ellen about Ibong Adarna. What step is that in the research methodology? The answer is step 4, writing the data analysis. Did you get that? Clip number 2. Elaine drafts a case study about volcanic eruption. What step is that? The answer is step 1, writing the research design. Did you get that? Clip number 3. JC writes questions to ask Maribel about permutation. step is that? The answer is step 3. Writing the instrumentation and data collection. Now we move on to clip number 4. Mercy chooses her cookery 10 students for the research. What step is that in the research methodology? The answer is step 2, writing the sources of the data. And lastly, clip number 5. Arvin transcribes speeches of students' behaviors from YouTube. What do you think is the answer? The answer is step 5, qualitative data analysis. How many points did you get? Did you get all the items? If you did, congratulations. If you did not, don't worry, we have one more activity for you. After the activity that we have done earlier, this time you are going to do a simple research. What topic? The topic is the number of COVID-19 positive individuals in Cabala Union. You are going to do a research about this topic and answer the basic elements of a research methodology. For question number 1, who will you talk to about this topic? Can you talk to a vendor? I think no. How about a frontliner? Yes. If you know any frontliner, then you could talk to them about this topic. Number 2, how will you talk to them? Are you going to their house? Are you going to call them? Or are you going to send them a message? The choice is yours. And lastly, number 3, you have to write the information that you got, which is the number of COVID-19 positive individuals in Cabala Union. Write your answers in any piece of paper and then include a photo of your conversation with the frontliner or a photo with the frontliner if you talk to them personally. But don't forget to practice social distancing and the proper health protocols if you do so. And for this research, you can send your answers or your outputs via Facebook Messenger or through my email. I will be waiting for you.
Your answer sheet consists of 3 parts. For the first part, you have to define research methodology and then write down the processes of qualitative research. For the next box, you have to answer Explore Activity 2. This is found on page 15 to 16 of your module. And lastly, the final task is for you to draft a simple qualitative research with a subject about a topic related to the COVID-19 pandemic. The subject of your qualitative research could be anyone you know, from a farmer to a frontliner, anyone who has been affected by this pandemic.
It is time for you to accomplish your answer sheet and answer all the activities related to the module. I have also printed out copies and have given them to your guardians, but in case you don't have the copy, I am going to flash it on the screen.